have here is we have electrical compartment of a 4-barrel. Model number is 554. And what it was doing was it was shorting out the breaker. As you can see here, we have a burnout contactor. Contactors burn out. You can see the coils. Coil has little burn marks on it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch this one out with this one here. As you can see right here, this is the new one that I'm putting in. And I'm going to try and set up the camera so you can make everything out. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It's a little noisy around these machines, but it's something that you get used to. Okay. Right here we have the transformer. The circuit board assembly is right in here, and the capacitors are inside here also. Put a little light in there. You can see the capacitors, the start and the run capacitor are in there, and those are for the compressor. So just stand by and then take a look at while I change this out, and we'll get to explaining things as I go. Thanks. Gonna get this off here. This is the transformer connections. Okay. And we're gonna be connecting up in here on the new one. As you can see, we got the two brown leads, and two blues right here. You got your two browns, two blue leads, and then we're going to put the transformer wires on top of here. This is on the transformer side, and this is the load side. This is where the power is coming from, and it's coming from here. So once I get this installed, I'll be able to test with my meter, test power right here, and I should be getting 200 to 220 volts. And then that causes this 24 volt coil, which is right in the middle here, causes that to convert to 24 volts, which pulls that in and starts up that capacitor. Okay, it starts up the compressor, I mean. So when these pull in, you'll see it'll start up the compressor, and then power will flow through the contactor to all the other components through the outlet side. to make sure you got all your connections nice and tight. You always want to test them and make sure they're not moving around. They'll cause it to short out a new contactor, which could possibly short out this board. We're just going to connect our next blue wires. Blue outlet side there from the transformer. Checking all my points, make sure I'm tight. Okay, I'm nice and tight now. And I'm just going to move the camera a little bit so you can see. Try and shine some light in there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to mount the contactor, okay? I want to make sure you have a good mounting point. Nice little trick for these to mount these, because it's kind of a tight area, is to try to use magnetic screwdrivers if you have them. That way it holds the screw in until you get it in place. And you want to make sure you don't have any wires that are getting crimped. So now before I tighten everything down, I just want to make sure I clear everything where there's no crimps in these wires, and it's not, none of these wires are getting pinched. You want everything clear. See in here, shine some light so you can see we got our contactor in place. Okay, it's 24 volt coil contactor. And making sure that all of our wires are not being crimped. Okay, make sure that the harness is tight and no wires are crimped. There's our capacitors, start and run capacitors. Those wires are fine. Coils look fine. And there's our transformer, which I'm about to put back in place. And then here's our start relay right here. Okay, and this relay goes over on the outlet side of the contactor. Okay. And now, just to let you see what type of machine this is, I'm going to back up and show you the whole machine as it looks, okay? That's the whole machine. And then that's our trouble area right there. These are our barrels, 2 barrels that are down, and we're going to see if we can get those started back up by changing out that contactor. And hopefully there's not any further damage from the contactor shorting out. Hopefully we don't have any damage to the circuit board over here. But we'll find that out once we get it set back up and started up. Okay, so I'm gonna sit the camera back down and I'm gonna finish assembling this area, and then we can see if it works. Transformer is going to go back in place. These 2 screws will secure it. And this is the type of stuff that you would learn on the job as you start. You would start off as a preventive maintenance technician, and you really wouldn't be doing a lot of repairs to start with, but you would be working with these things. You would be taking voltage readings in here. You would check these capacitors with a capacitor meter, and you know, as you go on, you would start going into becoming a T1 level technician, where you would end up doing compressor changes and contactor changes and stuff like that. So now we're about ready. I'm going to go and reset the breaker, and then I'll start this video back up to see if it works, okay? But for now, what we have saw is, you seen the replacement of a capacitor. Of a contactor, I'm sorry. You saw the replacement of a contactor, and on a FBD model number 554. Alright, that's a model number 554 FBD Slurpee Machine replacement of a contactor. Thank you.